Hi, my name is Lottie and I do OnlyFans, and I'm also an accountant, a tax preparer. I've been doing taxes since 2020. So I have went to school for EA, which is an enrolled agent. So you have a CPA and then you have an EA. Enrolled agents specifically study tax law. CPAs are more accountants, like public accountants. They just do nutshell of things that they everything nutshell things. But I noticed when I watch videos on YouTube on tips, because I watch tips on how to create OnlyFans content, which the girls are amazing, by the way. They've made it to where I'm comfortable showing myself on camera, so shout out to you guys, you know what I mean? They say they're not comfortable because they had to go through the bumps. They had to basically crawl so that we could walk, walk around. I don't know how it goes, but anyway, so I study tax law, and I notice a lot of people will ask questions on how to prepare, how taxes work on OnlyFans. Well, I'm your girl. I give out tax advice for free because I am still going to get my EA. Anyone could do taxes. You don't have to have a CPA. You don't have to have an EA. You could do taxes right now. But let me just get into the first part. Is you're going to use a Schedule C. A Schedule C is what you're going to file under. What I need you to do is download the Schedule C on irs.gov, and I want you to scroll down, and I want you to look at Part 2. It's going to have all your expenses. All your expenses. I think it's like 47. It's not 47 expenses, but it's like 47 numbers on there. If you, I'll leave a link below. Maybe I'll put a little snippet in here and show you guys what it looks like. What I would do if I were you is look at that paper and go off of supplies. It has supplies on there. Office space. Line 47 is other. So like if it's too much of a niche down expense, you could put, it'll have like little other lines that you can make your own, like name them yourself. So like, for example, what's an OnlyFans expense that wouldn't be on a Schedule C? You would have to put it on line other. So I would say just have fun with it. You know what I mean? Lingerie, that could be supplies though. You can really put that under supplies. But it's a Schedule C that you're going to use. Don't let the big numbers scare you. Look, the biggest myth about EAs and CPAs is that we're these math geniuses. We're not. We use basic math. Okay, we use basic math. We're not any kind of tax genius or anything like that. I'm an OnlyFans creator, and I'm not. Lord, don't say. If I was gonna say something like I'm an OnlyFans creator, so if I can do it, you can do it. And yeah, I'm not. I'm not Einstein over here. If I can file a tax return, then you can. Okay, so that's number one. You're gonna use a Schedule C. All right. How do you keep track of your income and expenses? It's I don't want to say it's simple because I want to put myself in a place of a learner and not somebody who is like, because there was a time where I was intimidated by taxes and numbers, and I lied on my application to get a job and didn't even know how to file a Schedule C. So I'm sitting there looking crazy as hell, but I got the job though. Anyways, where the bank thing that they have you fill out, the banks whatever, and it's like they approve it or they won't approve it. It's like kind of this big, it's kind of frustrating on OnlyFans. But okay, wherever your funds are going to, wherever your funds on OnlyFans are being, that you're getting, that you're sending your money to, that you get paid from, I need you to get all your bank statements for all the way from January 2000 X1 to December 2000 X1. And I say X1 because we're in 2024, but I don't want to say a certain year, and yeah, we're in 2024, so y'all might see this video in 2030, so that's why I say X. You're gonna take your bank statements and you're going to get a highlighter, and you're going to look up OnlyFans payout, or whatever their payout name is, whoever they bank with. You're going to highlight all of that. Boom. Add that all together on your statements, okay? All you do is just add January to December. Even if you don't have income in December, just get all the bank statements and your expenses, okay? So, again, have fun with it, you know. I wouldn't say start a I wouldn't say that you need to get a QuickBooks if you're not making at least, I would say at least anywhere from $0 to $1,000 a month, because there's no bad time to get a QuickBooks. But how do I explain it? I'm not really. I heard a girl say something about taxes, and she's an OnlyFans creator, and she's like the 5th one that I heard say this. So I'm literally just got up and made this video for y'all. Alright, so that's how you keep track of your expenses. I didn't go into too much depth with that, so if you guys do have questions, I'll go into as much depth, I hope I'm saying the right word right, as possible. A lot of people are learners visually, a lot of people are learners by ear, you know. Okay, so the next thing is the software that you're going to use. Do you guys use TurboTax? TurboTax will walk you all through that. So, okay, Costco, TurboTax has a software for like Windows and Mac for like $100, and it's a professional software, but the interface is very user-friendly, beginner user-friendly. You're gonna feel like a professional, you know, and it's not the one that you download on your phone, because I personally, I like that one too, but this one is more professional if you're wanting to take your business to the next level, and it's very user-friendly. You can call TurboTax and they will walk you through how to file your Schedule C and where to put the numbers, and yeah, so they'll help you with that. And once you do your first return, it's gonna be like cake for you. It's gonna be a cakewalk. Because trust me, it's intimidating at first, but you got this. So what's the next thing? Okay, I hear a lot about the 1099 non-employee compensation. The biggest mistake that people make is assuming that they need to assuming that they don't need to file if they don't get a 1099 non-employee compensation. The 1099 is if you make $20,000 or more on some self-employed jobs. I don't know about OnlyFans. I'll have to check that out and get a more detailed video. They don't need to send you a 1099. Like, say you made $600 for the whole year. Well, how do you let them know you made $600? How do they know? Your bank account. Go to your bank account, highlight however, 600, the day you got paid, and that's going to be your income. OnlyFans will only send a 1099 if you make so much, because they have to report to the IRS how much you made. So the IRS knows exactly how much you made if you get a 1099. If you don't, the IRS doesn't know. So that's one thing. So I'll explain it step by step. Basically, you're just going to go to your bank account, collect all the statements, and you're going to add all the times you were paid out by OnlyFans. You're gonna highlight it and you're gonna add it together, and you're gonna put it on your Schedule C on line 1 where it says gross income. I'm gonna get in more details. Look, just stick with me. Follow me for more details. And if you need help, follow me on Instagram. I won't. I love it when people are serious and they really want to learn. I do appreciate that. They know that my time is valuable, so I respect their time too. So if you definitely, need help, let me know, because tax law, it's easy for us to pay. It's easy for us to access the law of tax, but it's not readable. It's not understandable. And they do that on purpose. A lot of tax preparers that prepare your taxes are really worried about compliance. and you're paying more than what you're liable for because they're so worried about compliance. I'm not worried about compliance, you know. I work for you. I don't work for the IRS. I became a taxpayer because I don't trust the IRS. Anyways, right now I am not accepting any money to give out tax advice because I am focused more on the OnlyFans side and doing that right now while I get established to file a return and get all the legal things and everything. But anyway, so those are my top 3 tips. You're going to use a Schedule C, okay? Download that today. Look over it, all right? You're going to download all your bank statements from January 2004 to December 2004, okay? And you're going to do a little basic math. You're going to add all your income from January statement to December, you know, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, all that. And you're going to write it on a piece of paper how much you made altogether. You're going to document that on a piece of paper. You could literally write all your expenses and income on a piece of paper, and the tax preparer has to accept that. You don't need a profit and loss sheet and all that stuff. Like, you don't need to have this professional booklet of income, expenses, and all that. You could hand them your bank statements, you know, and they have to accept that, but you would need to highlight everything of how you got paid, where you got paid, and what to look for, so that they know, like, okay, that's the OnlyFans right here, yada yada yada. There's another one I kind of wanted to go over too. Let me think. Can you tell I haven't done a video in a minute? I haven't done a video in a minute. This is crazy. Dang, I almost want to just pause it now, because there was something I was going to tell you guys. Oh, estimated tax payments. I hear a lot about how do you pay. Okay, let me just say this. An estimated tax payment is literally you foresighting the future on how much you think that you're going to make. So, for example, if I did OnlyFans last year and I made a 6-figure, I made $100,000 in 2003. Well, I know now, okay, I'm bound to make another 6 figures in 2024. So I'm literally like a sidekick. Like, I'm gonna make 200. You're paying ahead of time, if that makes sense, instead of paying in one big lump sum at April. So you have January 15th, right? That's the estimated tax payment date for self-employed individuals. You have April 15th. Okay, I think that's the most common one that everybody uses, that, you know, tax season. You have December 17th, 15th. We'll say 17th. Then you have, hold on, January, February, March, April, September, October, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. You have July 15th. So there's January 15th, April 15th, July 15th, and then you have September 15th, okay? Those are your 4 estimated tax due dates to pay for your business. But how do you know what to pay? What if you didn't work at OnlyFans last year and you're just starting out? Well, how do you know what to pay? You don't, because you're not a sidekick. You're not going to know exactly what you need to pay for taxes. So you're going to guesstimate how much you think that you're going to make. And you're going to write down, okay, I'm thinking I'm going to make 20 grand. All right. Well, then you make your tax payments on each date. Don't make a whole big pay. Don't do it in increments. January 15th, April 15th, pay on July 15th, and then September 15th. And if you overpay, okay, because again, you're not a psychic, you don't know how much you're going to make. You're literally just guesstimating how much you should pay and paying the IRS. If you overpay the IRS, that's when you're going to file tax season to get a refund. Like a regular, like a wage earner. They overpay, they get a return. You know, not to mention credits, earned income credits. You know, all that plays a big factor into estimated tax payments. So don't stress yourself. They're not gonna come to your door and, you know, get the handcuffs on. They're looking for the big fish right now. They're not looking for the little fish, okay? Not saying use little fish, but I'm just saying, don't stress out. You're good. If you have any questions, I'm gonna make more videos on this specifically for OnlyFans creators, content creators, and help you guys increase your income by 6 figures so that you can create quality content, put it back in your business instead of giving it to the IRS. And I'm gonna do all this for free. So I appreciate you guys, and you guys have a wonderful wonderful October. We're getting into the festive season. Thank you.